Roger Shine, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in now. We are live, live, Live. Are you living today? Are you live? Are you living today? Are you just existing or are you living today? What is your day look like today? What is your attitude today? As soon as you get up in the morning, what do you say about yourself? As soon as you get up in the morning, what do you say about your family? What do you say about your circumstances? What do you say about how that day is going to go? You see, in life, a lot of times we don't get what we believe, we get what we expect, okay? We don't get what we believe, we get what we expect. And so there's a deep expectation that everybody has about themselves. There's a deep expectation about what everybody has about their circumstances. You may say one thing out of your mouth, right? But deep in your heart, there's something that you really, truly believe. But then even deeper than that, there's something that you expect. Think about this. We all go through the journey of life, right? And going through the journey of life, we may be trying something different. You may be in a season of your life where there's something different, something new, something you haven't experienced. But based off your level of expectation will determine exactly what you receive. And so I want you today, before we get started today, I want you to focus on that and remember that and think about that. What is it that I expect to happen in my life? What is that I expect to happen in my circumstance? What do I expect to happen when I go forth today? Are you expecting good and great things to happen for you today? Are you expecting people to do things for you today? Are you expecting someone to be there for you? Are you expecting to be blessed today, encouraged today? Do you expect that out of nowhere you're going to receive a call from someone today? Okay, that's going to be a call you're looking for. Are you going to look for a letter today, a package today? What do you expect today? Because based off your level of expectation, it's what you're going to get. You see, sometimes we go through life and it's just like going to work at times in the morning. We go to work and it's just something that we've naturally done. Okay, you go to work, you travel the same exact way every single day. Matter of fact, you can close your eyes and because you've done it so much, you can actually get there. Because sometimes we get so comfortable with just doing the same old thing. But I want to challenge you today to change your level of expectation today. I want you to walk it out today. I want you to talk it out. I want you to proclaim. I want you to prophesy over yourself today. Today is going to be a great day. Matter of fact, I want you to repeat after me. Today is going to be a great day. I'm expecting blessings on every side. People are going to do great things for me today. People want to reach out to me today. Today is going to be a day of an abundant blessings in my life. Things are going to work together for my good today. People are getting healed today. I'm getting stronger today. I'm getting wiser today. I'm coming to a new level and a new chapter of my life today. I'm not basing it off of what I see. I need you to say this now. I'm not basing this off what I feel. I'm not basing it off of what I can hear. I'm basing it off of the very truth of the Word of God that says, no good thing will God withhold from me, and that it is God's pleasure to give me his kingdom and the things that I need on this earth. And so I want you to walk today with that confidence. Even though you can't see it, even though you don't hear it, even though you can't sense it, even though you don't understand, I don't care. Because without faith, it's impossible to please God. That just basically means without faith, without a belief and a trusting and a know. Watch this. It's impossible to please God. Think about this. If you're a parent, here's what it looked like practically. It's like you as the God, you as the authority figure, telling your child that I'm going to be here for you. When you go to school or you go to the mall or you go wherever, I'm going to be right here for you. Matter of fact, whatever you need, I'm going to provide. I'm going to give you the life with whatever I can give you. I'm going to give you the life that allows you to grow up, to allow you to develop, to allow you to be strengthened, encouraged, allow you to overcome things. I want to make sure I provide all the needs that you have. If you ever get nervous, if you ever get scared, if you ever doubt or uncertainty, call me. Just call me. I'll talk to you. I'll help you. I'll be there for you. So I need you to have faith. I need you to trust me. I can hear you saying as a parent, I just need you to trust me. I know when things go wrong. I know when you're going through the situation, you're only 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You don't know how it's all going to work out. But I can hear you saying as a parent, listen, just trust me. I've been there. I got the tape. You know what I'm saying? I wrote a book about it. I got the videotape. I've been there, done that, everything about it. And now just trust me here. See, that trust that we're talking about, that we're asking our kids to have for us, is another essence, is another level of faith. That's really all faith is. You're telling your children to trust you. Trust your intentions. Trust your ability. Trust your character. Trust your promises. At the end of the day, trust your word. That's why it's so important. That's why one of the biggest things you can do against a person is lie to them. The biggest things you can ever do to a person is lie, because you only have your word, and it came from you, and that's the essence of you. Your spirit from the inside, and you're giving that over. And if it's not given in integrity, if it's not given in truth, then what happens when you lie and then when you tell the truth? The person who's recipient, that child, don't know which one to go with. Do I believe you today and not tomorrow? Well, see, just like as a child, a parent to a child, God is saying the same thing. Just trust me. I'm not like man, he says. I don't change my mind. If I wrote it, it's going to happen. If I said it, it's going to come to pass. He said, matter of fact, he says, like I said yesterday, God says, I watch over my word to perform it. I make sure, think about this, God saying, I make sure that my word come to pass. I make sure that what my promises are true. I make sure that my word is bond. And so God is saying, without faith, it's impossible to please him. So without that trusting, without that knowing, without you walking around just saying, you know what? Hey, that's what the designer said. It's like you walking around. It's like you walking around with your phone, and you're having issues with it, and you're doubting whether or not you can call up the Apple store, or you can call up, you know what I'm saying, Verizon or Android, and then get a repair for your phone, or get a replacement for your phone, or if the warranty is not good. See, that's the same way it is with God. God is saying, just trust me. Just have faith. Just believe. Be an over-believer today. Be an over-believer. Set your expectations high today. And if you feel like, and I've been there, if you feel like, man, I just don't feel it, I don't care. Just say it. And just keep saying it. And keep saying it. And keep saying it. And see, when you think about it, there's a churning. For some people, it may be easier than others. For some people, it may be easier in some ways to believe, okay, and expect. In other ways, it may be a little harder. But that's the great thing about life. We're all in this journey, and we all have to do this. And, we're here for each other to help each other go through that. And so, listen, that was my quick little version. And that was my intro to our lesson today, our quick lesson today. We are in our book reading continuously, Next Level Motivation, Principles for Living Life to the Fullness, written by none other yours, Donovin Darius, written last year, okay, for you this year, okay? So you can get this on Amazon, $10.95 while I'm doing this book reading as well. All the things that I've shared and a little more are in this book, okay, as well as about 10 questions at the end of each chapter, which allows you to go a little deeper, and ask yourself some deeper questions as well. So we were basically in chapter 4. The last time we picked up, I don't know what episode this is, but I know I'm having a good time. If you're having a good time, if you've been a part of this reading at any time, do me a favor, type a 1. Let me know if you've been a part of this reading at any time. Let me know from there. So we're in chapter 4 here, and we talked about, in the name, the title of this chapter, if you're just joining in, is the name of this chapter is Everything Has a Purpose. And everything has a purpose. And so we talked about some simple, basic principles about purpose. Okay, and that is that everything about life, and that is that everything has a purpose, number 1. Number 2, there's a purpose to everything, all right? Okay, number 3 is that without knowing the purpose of something, you automatically abuse something. So that means if I don't know the reason why something exists, or if I don't know the reason why this is happening, then I'm going to abuse it. Abuse means abnormally use it. If I don't know the purpose, if I don't know the purpose, the reason why, the designer's why, the creator's why, the manufacturer's why, if I don't know that why, then I'm going to abuse that situation. If I don't know the why of my relationship, my wife, of me being married, I'm going to abuse that relationship. Doesn't mean it has to be physical, but I'm going to abuse it. I'm going to abnormally use it. I'm going to think that it's maybe something to pawn just for me to use. I may be thinking it's just something for somebody to just do something for me, somebody to serve me. I may have all these different thoughts and actions and ideals about what that other person is in my life for. But if I understand purpose, I'll understand even in that situation, a relationship, that my wife is here. Okay, a wife is here for us, okay, to join life together, for us to complement each other, for us to build up, for us to be stronger together, for us to go through life together, for us to support. You know what I'm saying? A man can be a foundation. He can be an infrastructure. He can be a nurturer. He can be a protector, security. A wife can be an incubator, man. She can take those ideals and she can run with it. She can write a plan. She can take those ingredients, those groceries, and make a meal out of it. She can take those thoughts and those feelings, she can turn it into something that matters. Okay, she can take a little situation and because she's developing and because she's relational in her mind and in her body and her whole life, she can see a whole different picture than you can see, than a man can see in some situations. So together, when you add all those things together, it comes out to be a lot stronger. It comes out to be a lot more fulfilled and a lot more in depth. Now, if a person say, well, hey, I'm not in a relationship, that's okay too. But understanding, if you decide to get in a relationship, you got to understand, what is the purpose of a relationship? A purpose of a relationship is not just so I can get my rocks off, so I can just have somebody I can just use whenever I want. I can call them whenever I want. That ain't the purpose of a relationship. A person of a relationship is for us to relate, for us to have common ground, us to set the vision of what we're going to do together and how do we accomplish together. What are the roles and responsibilities within that relationship? Who can do what very well? And then they stick in their strength areas. And who needs help and support in another area? And then we help each other in that area. And what is at the end of the day we're trying to accomplish together? What is the purpose of us coming together? And what is the purpose of us working together? What are we trying to accomplish? Everything has to do with purpose. Everything has to do with purpose. And if you don't start with purpose, you're going to abuse it. And so that's, remember, everything has a purpose. There's a purpose to everything. Okay, next one is that, like I said, that without knowing the purpose of something, abuse is inevitable. You will automatically abuse it. The next thing is this. Remember this. Always remember this. That every purpose is not known to man. Every purpose is not known to man. So that may mean that you may be in a situation with something, so with someone going through a season of your life and you don't understand the purpose of it yet. You don't understand. You may think that, you know what, man, I'm in this situation. I'm going through a tough time. The bills are funny. The change is strange. You know what I'm saying? The people are acting up and on my job, wherever it is. And I don't know, or my kids are really pushing back and all this stuff. And you may not understand the purpose of it. And so because you don't understand the purpose of it, you know what I mean? You start trying to figure it out, which is a natural function of human existence. We start figuring it out. But sometimes, how many of you guys try to figure something out? Trying to figure out the why yourself. But then figure it out, and it only came out to be a negative situation. That means that you can, in your mind, you can only define it as a negative thing. Like you couldn't at the time see it as a positive thing. You couldn't see losing your job as a positive thing. You couldn't see getting out of a relationship as a positive thing. You couldn't see, you know what I'm saying, somebody hurting you and you leaving a relationship as a good thing. You couldn't see, you know, the way the world is and the administration and government, you couldn't see that as a good thing. But unless you understand when you understand the purpose of it, you're like, oh, wow, this was supposed to happen. And it's supposed to happen for me. And at first I didn't understand it. But as I kept living life, walking it out, kept trusting, believing, having a high expectation, then guess what? Things start turning and I start to understand it. And so if you ever had a situation where at first you didn't understand it, but then after through time, you walk it out, it become more clear, and it turned out that you're good, and you became a better person because of it. Do me a favor and type a 2. If you can relate to what I'm saying, type a 2. And so understanding that everything has a purpose, okay? Everything has a purpose. There's a purpose to everything. All right. The other thing is you understand that, hey, every purpose, without understanding the purpose of something, abuse is inevitable. You're going to abuse something or someone. Next one is that, guess what? That because of all that stuff, you know, the purpose exists in the mind of the maker. Okay, that's number 4. Purpose exists in the mind of the maker. That means whoever made it, whoever created it, has the right, the legal right to determine what the purpose is. Whoever made it has the legal right to determine what the purpose of it is. If God created a situation for you, God knows what the purpose of that situation is. Okay? If God allowed you in this situation, God knows exactly. This phone right there that you're watching this on, or computer, whatever, guess what? Apple, Mac, Android, PC, IBM, whoever, Microsoft, they made it. They made it. So the purpose of this product is built in their mind, not yours. You just experimenting with it. You just trying things out. You using it based off of your limited expectation and your self-focused ways. But how many of you guys know that the purpose of it and the expansion of that purpose and the depth of that purpose exists in the mind of the maker? So everything has a purpose, okay? If you don't know the purpose of it, you're going to abuse something. Every purpose is not known to man, right? We don't know it at the time. And then the last one, as we said, that you know what the purpose exists in the mind of the maker. And so that means, so how do we make that practical? How do we put that into practice today? We put that in practice today by understanding this, you know what? In every area of my life, and that's what chapter 4 is talking about. Because in chapter 4, we talk about that purpose is multifaceted. That means there's several different things to purpose that you got to understand. It's not just a reason why. Okay, there's all these different components to purpose. And you may have several purposes. That means I have a purpose as a father. Okay? There's a purpose for me as a father. There's a purpose for me as a husband. There's a purpose for me as a motivational speaker. There's a purpose for me as a brother, as a son. And I got to understand the components of that. I got to understand the purposes of that. I got to understand the benefits. I got to understand the roles and responsibility within each of those areas so that I can maximize it. And then I can get out of the situation what was purpose for me to be. And so we talked about that. We talked about purpose as being the reason for something existing. Purpose being an intended or the desired result of something. Purpose being the aim, the end, the goal that you're pushing towards. Purpose is the original intent for the creation of everything. The original intent. I don't care what it came out to be right now. I don't care what a person in their limited understanding changed it and turned it into be. But the purpose has to do with the original intent. You and I were meant with an original intent. I go back to the very book, the very book that means Genesis, that means the beginning. And watch this. I find my very purpose in that. I found it. I found what I'm here for. And it says this. It says in the first chapter. In the first chapter it says, and this is the maker talking, right? This is the designer talking. It says, let us create man. And now I'm going to make it personal, okay? You can adopt this however you want, but you're going to see how this is going to be powerful. When it says, let us create Donovan in our image and after our likeness. And let Donovan have dominion over the earth. Let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and all those things. So wait a minute, when I read that, and I read that about my human life, so wait a minute. The designer, the maker of me, I didn't have anything to do with my nose, my eyes, the color of my skin. None of this. I was designed. But I found it. I found the designer's mindset. I found the designer's reason for why he made me. When it says, let me create Donovan in my image and likeness. So that means, number one, my identity is I'm made in the image of God. Doesn't mean just a physical image. Physical image is, hey, listen, this is a fleshly body. We got a spirit on the inside, okay? All right, this thing is from the dirt. You look at it, you're going to find the same particles that's found in the dirt. But I'm made in the image of God. That means I'm made in his ideal. Another word for image is ideal. I'm made in the very ideal. So I'm God's greatest ideal. What? We have some good ideals nowadays. But that passage is saying, I'm made in the image of God, in his ideal. So I'm his big idea that he created. And he has an ideal to it. And I may at the stage of my life, may not understand exactly what the full breadth and depth of that ideal is. I may try to figure out and define what that ideal is based on my circumstances or based on my mom and dad or based on what I see around or what I hear or whatever. But wait a minute, I need to continue to discover what is this ideal. If I'm made in the image and watch this and then the likeness, that means I'm created with the ability to do things like my maker. What? You mean to tell me in this earth suit I have right here, I'm here on this earth and I got the ability to do things that are like God? Well, I need to find out what are the things that God do. What are some of the things he does? What are some of the likeness that he has? What are some of the power? What are some of the abilities? How can I flow and how can I be best like my father? The one who created me. Father meaning source. Father meaning infrastructure. Father meaning foundation. My source. So guess what? I need to find out, what is God like? Not what is God like based off of what they said over here. Not what is God like based off of somebody who's been hurt and don't understand the situation. And so therefore they're just going to describe somebody. Oh, you don't want to get near him. Man, they just going to try to control you. What? I need to find out for myself. If I'm made in the likeness of God, if you're made in the likeness of God, what is God like? Well, I found out some secrets. I found some things when I looked at it through that lens of purpose, where understanding, wait a minute, God is a creator. And God made me a creator too. So that means I'm a co-creator. That means I have the ability to create things. I have the ability to, and it says in there, it says God spoke and then the earth existed. God spoke and things came to pass. God released and things happened. Wait a minute. I'm made in the likeness of God. So I get a chance to speak things and they come to pass. Yes. I get a chance to create my environment that I want. Yes. I get a chance to cast things down and they cast down. Yes. I get a chance to think and process and only let in what I want to let in and only put out what I want to put out. Yes. I get a chance to do this. I'm made in the image and likeness of God. And then it says, let Donovan have dominion over the earth. What? I got power. I was given authority. Before one day I even existed, before I took one breath, before I came out, I was like, Mama, Daddy. Before I said anything, I was given authority. It's like having a backpack full of candy, right, as a kid. You're like, yo, they been hooked me up. And before I had lived one day, God says, and let Donovan have authority over this earth, over the fish, this and that. So that means I'm here, not because I created the earth, not because it's all mine, but I was here, and I'm here to manage. I'm here with stewardship. I'm here because the designer trusts me and designed me in such a way so that I can exist, not just here on this earth, not just waking up in the morning, time to check in the work, time to do this man's job. No. I'm here to be like God. I'm here to think like God. I'm here to create. I'm here to empower. I'm here to build. I'm here to develop. I'm here to tear down. I'm here to heal. I'm here to help. I'm here to manifest and live life to the fullest. I'm here to do that. But how many of you guys know that people are not living with with that understanding? They're not living with it saying, wait a minute, I am the image of God. I want you to say that with me. And I want you to say it throughout the day. Here's the things I want you to meditate on. Okay? Repeat after me. I am made in the image of God. I am God's great idea. I am made in the likeness of God. I have God's ability inside of me. I have the ability to act, to talk, to think, and to walk like God. I'm here on this earth to manage this earth. I have responsibility. I have the ability to respond. It's up to me what happens in my life. It's up to me what happens in my family. It's up to me what happens in my generation. I take full responsibility for the decisions that I make. It's nobody else's problem. It's nobody else's issue. Repeat after me now. It belongs to me. I have the ability to choose. I have the ability to decide. And today I decide to be like God, to be like my creator, to be like my designer, and to rule and to manage and to be a steward over this earth and the areas of my influence. If you said that and you truly believe that, that will empower you. Oh my goodness. That will empower you to think differently, to do differently things, you know what I'm saying, to go different places, to call different people, to text different people, to search certain things on the internet, to watch certain things on TV. If you truly believe that, that will determine how you live your life. And you see, so that's what this chapter is about. That's what this chapter 4. What's up, Coach Wilson? You just came on just late, man. That's what this chapter 4 is about. It's about purpose. See, we got to go back to the beginning. We got to go back to the original intent for the creation of something. But if I don't understand the original intent, if somebody gave me a hat behind truth, if I was sitting in a circle of life and I had all these people and then I was waiting for the very instructions of my life and the definition of my life and it had that message and that identity had to come through 10 people, okay, before it got to me, guess what? By the time it got to me, that message can be a little bit frayed, right? That message could be a little bit confused. That message could be a little bit, it could be modified or adjusted. But I got to go back to the original source, man. Because it's from the original source that I get my identity. It's from the original source that I get my empowerment. And so that's my encouragement for you guys today, man. If this message encouraged you today, do me a favor, type a 3. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, everything, the Trinity, baby. Listen, if this message encouraged you today, type a 3 today. Type a 3 and be recognized. Understand that, listen, I have to change. It's up to me. It's up to you how you live your life. Nobody's in control of it but you. But you. We used to say a phrase in football, man, in life, man, it's not about getting knocked down. It's about getting back up. Okay? As they say, hey, 10% of the things that happen to you is, what happens, but 90% of it is how you deal with it. See, life ain't happening to you. Life is happening for you and because of you. Life is happening because of the decisions you make. Life is happening because of the decisions you don't make. Listen, when I leave this message right here, watch this, I'm going to go work out. Life is happening because I'm making that decision to go work out. The results of my life, the physicality, the health, the wellness, okay, all that is going to happen. I'm going to now bring that into my life. Why? Because life is happening because I made the decision to go do that. And therefore I can reap the results. But the same thing on the flip side. Life is happening for you, and because of you. If I decide to just throw down a whole lot of fried food and I decide to just fill myself up with embalming fluid, other, things that we call alcohol, if I decide to just, fill myself up with that before I die, okay, now, and I do it, and I do a lot of it, not in moderation, okay, then I just say, you know what? Then when I start having situations, I start gaining weight or I start having these issues, whatever, guess what? Oh, okay, life is happening because the decisions I made. So I say to you today, make the decisions for your life. Live only as the ideal of God. Understand what that is. And then the likeness. Walk in the authority that's been given to you. Nobody can do it for you. You hear the passion that I speak with, right? If you've seen the videos and stuff that I post about some of my days with playing days, listen, that passion I had on the field is the same passion I have now. It's because it was a passion to defend. It was a passion to manifest. It was a passion to express myself in that area. And so does the same thing now. The passion I'm speaking to you with now has everything to do with, I want you to have this. I want you to experience life to the fullest. I want you to develop in you in such a way that you have that mind, you have the mind of Christ. Okay, the mind, the word Christ means the anointed one. You have the mind, the anointed one. You have the mind of the one who only believes, that only receives, that only understands, that only knows, that only expects. You have that mind, not that other mind. That other mind we can throw away because that other mind ain't serving you right, if you're honest with yourself. But we need this mind. It says, let this mind be in you that was also in Jesus, the Christ. The one, the anointed one, the one who made it all, the one who knows it all. Let that mind be in you. Well, let me ask you this question as we leave. What would your life look like if you had the mind of Christ? If you had the mind of, and I'm going to put it in more context terms so you can break it down where people can understand it, right? You had the mind of the designer. You had the mind of the creator. If you had the mindset of the one who created everything, the mind of the maker, what would your life look like if you had that type of mind? If you had that type of mindset? If you thought that way? If you meditated on those things? What would your life look like? How would it be different in your finances, in your health, in your wealth, in your relationships? Okay, wherever you go. How would your life be different if you had the mind of Christ? And so I declare today, man, as you walk through today, victory, baby. Victory is found. Victory is found when you are living life on purpose, when you understand the purpose of things and you're walking this life out. And so listen, man, I hope you got encouraged today. Listen, we didn't get too far in here, but we are in here. We're all up in here because the spirit, the essence of what I'm saying is found all through here. We're in chapter 4. Okay. Everything has a purpose. Tomorrow, I'll join you. See you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Around 8 o'clock, we'll kind of come on another episode where we'll stay in chapter 4 and we'll talk about the different areas of purpose. Let me just give you a little sneak peek what we're going to be talking about tomorrow within that chapter 4. All right. Let me see. Oh, so we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about the many faces of purpose. Okay, let me read this quick thing real quick. It says, when most people think of the word purpose, they think of something to do when they should be thinking of someone or something they are becoming. In this life, there are several facets of purpose, and I'll explain several of the multi-layered aspects to help you walk in greater understanding. So tomorrow, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about how purpose is personal. Purpose has multi-layers, and purpose is universal. We're going to talk about purpose is unbreakable. And, and then we're going to have, we may not get to the questions and stuff tomorrow. So listen, join me tomorrow. Invite some people tomorrow. Remember, don't forget, go ahead and like those pages, my All Pro Motivation page, okay, on Facebook, as well as, okay, the Donovin Darius public page, where I'll be posting a lot of things, okay, especially for those individuals that can't access these pages, okay, this private one as well right here. So again, invite people to that page, send them out, tag somebody in this post here that you think needs to hear what we talked about today, needs to be encouraged. Share this on your comment feed, okay, as well. And don't forget, I'm going to be uploading these things to the YouTube channel as well. Remember, don't forget, get your copy, get a couple copies, okay, pass them out. They're great for discussion. They're great within families. They're great within friends. They're great for just all around the board. So Amazon, Next Level Motivation, Principles for Living Life to Fullest. Listen, it is my blessing today to serve you guys, to be here, to connect with you today. May you have an awesome and wonderful day today. Love you guys to life eternal. Thank you for being a part of this session today. May your day be blessed today in Jesus' name. Love you to life forever. You guys have an awesome day. Peace.